Hello everybody and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary. I am Cy StarCraft, and did you guys catch the IPL 3 this weekend? It was insane. I cannot believe how good Stefano is, man. 4-0ing, lucky there at the end. I don't even know how you do that when you're playing against a Korean. It doesn't make sense. I mean, you're a white dude against a Korean and somehow you 4-0 them. It was insane. But let Stefano from this day forth be known as the Great Foreign Hope, because unfortunately my homeboy here, the person I've never actually met, but he's my homeboy anyway, EGIdrA just is not performing well lately, and it's kind of disappointing. He's still one of my favorite players, but I'm going to have to replace him soon. So if you guys want, you can try to talk to him on the stream and tell him that he's losing the interest of Cy StarCraft, and that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. But anyway, we have Tal'Darim altar here. This is a tiny altar that is of Tal'Darim, and it's kind of a boring altar, but I didn't name the map, so whatever. I didn't construct the altar. And we have EGIdrA in the bottom right as the blue Zerg, and we have AcerElfi in the top left as the red Protoss. This is played in the IEM, the Intel Extreme Masters Tournament in China, I believe. And hopefully I have a good game here. I have not watched these games before, but they were of high demand. Once again, I get tons of messages pretty much for any IDRA game. So if I'm casting an IDRA game, you can bet that someone asked me to, and I am doing just that. But it is a ZVP, and I'm surprised that IDRA is opening up with they has first in ZVP. Now notice, Elfi has not committed to anything. He's got a lot of resources. He's got like 300 stored up. And he's making a lot of drones, probes actually, but he hasn't committed to anything, because if IDRA fast expands, he's probably going to go for Forge, and looks like he's actually going to save it for Nexus. Oh, he's trying to cannon out. He gets one pylon down, but I don't see any Forge on the way. This might just be a fake pylon to force IDRA to pull some drones off, and IDRA might do just that. We're only seeing one drone pulled off right now. Now IDRA, great sense to not pull off more than one drone, because there's actually no Forge up. Elfi is just using a distraction pylon. He does end up canceling it, and he's going to be going Nexus first. So, great response by IDRA. A lot of lesser players would have just freaking panicked like crazy and just sent out so many drones, but not IDRA, man. And you got to give him props for that, because if I saw a pylon going down like that, I'd pull off like 5 drones and get rid of it, because IDRA hasn't scouted anything at all, and Elfi is in fact going Nexus first and followed by a Forge. So even if he were to throw down a pylon or keep that pylon training, the cannons would just come too late because his Forge was so delayed. So pretty cool game sense there by IDRA, gotta give him credit for that. But Elfi, no slouch either. He's gonna have that fast Nexus, and IDRA can respond in one of several ways. He can go for a quick 2-base attack, roachling. He can go for a quick 3rd base, which means he's gonna hold off on the gas for a long time. Or he's gonna go for a quick 2-base tech attack, something like Mutas, or a quick Hydra attack with creep. And those are just the three most popular options that you have in this situation. Elfi looking to set up a proxy pylon, it looks like, or looking for a 3rd. Now, the problem with a quick 3rd when your Protoss opponent does fast expand is taking down these rocks with Lings is so damn hard. Because one, Lings do terrible damage, and I mean that in like a bad way, to rocks. And two, even if you get enough Lings to destroy the rocks fast enough to expand, you'll need to use a lot of larvae on those Lings, in that expanding wouldn't even be worth it because you won't have enough drones. And yeah, we're seeing here, IDRA's going to choose to not expand right now. He's just going to throw in an auxiliary hatchery. And, you know, I haven't seen this kind of play, but I think I kind of like it, because expanding here is pretty far away. It wouldn't be the safest expansion. And like I said earlier, busting down these rocks would take so damn long. And if you wanted to bust them down quick, you'd waste too much larva on Lings. So IDRA kind of doing a mixture of the full-on macro and you know, the tech route. So I think we're going to see a little bit of tech from him. I doubt we're going to see any pressure, any roachling pressure. So we might see a longer game, which is going to be cool. Elfi's got his cybernetic score down. He's got that +1 coming, so we might see a gateway, 4 or 5 gateway, or 5 or 6 gateway timing attack once that +1 attack finishes, or the +2 attack finishes. We'll have to see. And that's kind of one indicator of what a Protoss is doing. Check out their Forge upgrades. Are they chrono boosting the Forge? Are they chrono boosting the warp gates? Things like that, small things like that, can really reveal what someone is doing. And this Zealot is actually overstepping his bounds, man. I don't know what the heck the Zealot's doing, trying to force the Lings to be trained or something, but he's able to pick off one Ling and not able to get a second. He would have been better off just auto-attacking. He probably would have killed more Lings than he did right there. But the 3 hatcheries in full swing for EGIdrA. He's up by 3 harvesters, which isn't too shabby considering Elfi went that Nexus first. And Elfi is just continuing to chrono boost that Nexus. He is going huge economy. 3 gateways going down, so are we going to see kind of a weird 4 gates timing attack with +1 or something like that? There's the 5th gate, and we might see 1 more gate. There's the 6th gateway, so he might actually wait for +2. I wouldn't be surprised to see him start chrono boosting that forge here. EGIdrA now going on 4 gas. His Slayer is upgrading about on time. And he only has, it looks like he had 10 lings, one of them going down, busting down these rocks. He's going to be preparing a 3rd. But it's going to be dangerous because around this time is when you really have to pay attention to your droning / uniting as Zerg. Now, when this completes is about when a timing attack might come from the Protoss. So if he makes a wave of drones with what should be units, he could be in big trouble. And the warp gates are done, and we're actually seeing 7 gateways from Elfi. And do we have any forward pylon? No, we don't have a forward pylon yet, so perhaps this attack won't be as fast as he'd like it to be. But he's definitely going to do some kind of timing with these gateways. You don't build 7 gateways like that just for shits and giggles. So here he is now moving out, and I imagine he'll warp down a set of units here, try to set up a proxy pylon, and put on the pressure. And EGIdRA sending out his own lings. Spire on the way, so we have a Spire from EGIdRA, and here come the Stalkers and Sentries. Now, a Spire can be good against this kind of pressure if there weren't so many Sentries, man. And this is not looking good for EGIdRA. Actually, ooh, he actually gets a surround on 1 Stalker. That's a pretty good pickup. 2 spines going down for EGIdRA. He's going to have to make a lot more spines than that. He's got 3 on the way, and 1 complete. His 3rd base is going up right now, and he might actually get the proxy pylon. No, he does not. He chooses to go for the Stalker and is forced to back off. But the good thing about all these lings running around is he is stalling. He's got some lings over on the side. He's got some lings here, maybe trying to counterattack. And tons more spines coming up. 6 spines on the way, and just mass lings. Is the Spire going to get done in time? And if it does get done in time, is EGIdRA going to save up from this 0 minerals to get mutas? He's got so much gas. This is going to be close, although the spines are finishing up. So because of the cross positions, this is going to be extremely advantageous for EGIdRA. He does cancel that spine. I think he canceled it a bit earlier. It could have taken a couple more shots. Does not cancel that spine. In come the Zealots. Are going to take up a lot of damage from those Lynx. And the Lynx flanking from behind, catching all the sentries. Force field's a little bit late. And these Zealots just chopping up the Lynx with 2 shots. But there's so many Lynx rallying out. These Lynx over here trying to take out the probe. And yes, they will, rallying from the right hatchery as well. And every single sentry, the force field's being used against Elfi, trapping the sentries in range of the spines. And these spines, man, they would not have completed had these 2 not been cross positioned. So it just really got to give a little bit of credit to this map, and you know, stalling these forces long enough with those harassing lings in the middle. And it looks like Elfi's attack will be halted for the time being, and 4 mutas on the way. That's going to be great for EGIdRA. And a Stargate for Elfi. Now I'm wondering, is he getting that Stargate just as a crazy transition, or has he seen the Spire? The Spire is in the middle. It's kind of covered with Overlords too, so I don't think Elfi's actually seen the transition to mutas, or rather the muta tech. So this Stargate is just kind of a it's like, I just lost a pretty big attack. Actually, he did kill the hatchery, so he hasn't lost everything. That's a lot of Zealots, man. He's probably thinking, I just lost all my gateway units. I didn't really kill much except the hatchery. I'm just going to try something completely ballsy, and he's going for 2 Stargates now. But I don't know, man. EGIdRA's already got tons of mutas producing. He's got 8 of them. He needs to replace this 3rd as soon as possible. So I don't know if Phoenixes are really going to get the job done. And now he's finishing off the rest of these Zealots. He could actually back these Lings off now. No, he's losing a lot of unnecessary Lings there. Once he trapped the Zealots started attack commanding, and then he could have just ran back, just try to get some pot shots in on those Zealots. But here come the mutas with great Phoenix micro. These mutas might not do too much, but the count of the Phoenix is going to be so low. I don't know, man. You can only micro so much against mutas. Now, if you have perfect AI micro, you will pretty much never be shot by a muta if the map had no bounds. But, you know, you'll come close to that if you have perfect micro. So I really want to see how well Elfi manages these Phoenixes. And yeah, you can see it's just so difficult to multitask, losing 2 Phoenix when, like I said, you know, potentially should not lose any Phoenix whatsoever. A 3rd Phoenix going down, almost a 4th. That one is able to scoot away. But if we check out the Harvesters, EGIdRA now up by 11, just continuing to snipe Stalkers. And Zerg players will gladly trade mutas for any other unit, really, whether it's probes, Phoenix, Stalkers. And he did a lot of damage with those mutas, and Elfi is in terrible shape right now. IEGIdrA knows what just happened. He's going to be droning up behind this. 14 drones on the way, almost assuredly going to be rallied to that third base. And yeah, we can see all of the drones rallied to this third base. Even though it's not complete, you can still use those as rally points. And a fourth base coming up for IEGIdrA. He's looking great, man. I mean, I would sacrifice a non-mining third base for defending a 7-gate timing attack any day, and IEGIdrA knows that, and he's got to be feeling good about this game. He's got the +1 for the flyers coming. Looks like Elfi's even getting a bit scared. 2 cannons coming. Is he going to bust down that pylon? That'd actually be a great pickup. Stall the Phoenix, stall the cannons, and he... Oh no! Kill the pylon, IEGIdrA! Kill it! Yes! Unpowering 2 of the Stargates and the cannon. The cannon already died, though, so it doesn't really matter too much. And now Elfi producing a lot of Phoenix. This is where IEGIdrA needs to switch it up. Roaches or Hydras, or even just mix in some Corruptors with these mutas. And here comes that Roach Warren. So you really reach a point where, okay, the 2 Stargates have caught up with my Spire. I need to start something else. You don't expect to win a game necessarily with mutas, but you're going to get a lot of harassment. You're going to get tons of map control, which allows you to take extra expansions fast like this. And you're going to keep your opponent in their base, which I guess is the same as that map control. But now it's just switching it up, and he's got those 2 evolution chambers prepared for. So a very nice transition here. He knows what he wanted to do a while back, and he's just going to out macro his opponent at this point with the roaches. So expect to see just mass roach after he gets this base saturated, and he can probably just push in the front and take this game. He's in great shape right now. It's now 81-48. Elfi just now working on his third base, and that's the downside to not doing a whole lot with the gateway timing attack. And you know, this Phoenix transition was kind of weird. Phoenix aren't that great against Zerg this late in the game. If you open straight up into Phoenix, yeah, you can get a ton of harassment done. And the only reason the Phoenix are doing a lot now is because Elfi knows that IEGIdrA has mutas. But apart from that, they're not the best unit to like transition into. So it's kind of a strange decision. 1 Phoenix going down, 2 Phoenix going, almost 2 Phoenix going down. Yeah, there we go. 3 Phoenix. Yeah, this is just not worth it. Phoenix need to kite mutas, but he's just sitting there attacking. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Are all the mutas dead? Yeah, but he killed so much more supply in Phoenix that was ridiculous. Maybe Elfi just felt like these Phoenix need to do something. They might as well just kill mutas. I don't care if they die because that's all they're going to do. But, I mean, they have their Gravitron Beam. That's good against Hydras. I mean, it can pick up roaches to disable them. And down goes another one. So I don't know about this play by Elfi. Looks like he's kind of picking some weird transition and some weird decisions here. And despite that pretty cool 7-gate push, he's still way behind 55-90 harvesters. IEGIdrA looks like he just wants to clear up some food. Gonna get some scouting info with these links, maybe pick off a couple drones. +2 attack coming for IEGIdRA's, pathogen glands coming for IEGIdrA. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him start his armor as well. He's gonna wait for that gas. Nice wall off here though, 4 more gateways, so he's got a total of 11 gateways, but just a very meager Zealot army. And when there are no Colossi out in the field, when there are no Templar out in the field, these Hydras, man, even when their slow asses are running on this ground, creepless ground, they're going to do a ton of damage. You do need a couple of roaches in front to soak up some damage, and they'll do just that. He's got some lings as well. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Elfi GG before this force even gets to him. Here it comes. Elfi still just +1. That early forge not really seeing much use other than that +1. And here he comes. No sentries whatsoever, saving all the gas for Phoenix. He's trying to lift up some Hydras, but there's just so many of them. They don't get a chance to even lift them up for a half a second. And there's the GG from Elfi, GG from IEGIdrA. So, I mean, the cross positions is really what hurt Elfi. He tried a somewhat all-in strategy, the 7, he's actually getting a Dark Shrine too, the 7 gateway in cross position. IEGIdrA was fortunate enough to see it around here, threw down tons of spines, made tons of lings. He lost a base, but at that point his mutas came out, did some pretty good harassment, and this Stargate transition was just silly. I don't know what Elfi was thinking, but I hope you guys enjoyed that and learned a little bit, and thanks for watching.